Hello, Realtors. This is Nick checking in with you. It is October the 30th, and this is update number 310. And we have a few updates for you this week. I hope everyone is ready for the trick-or-treaters that will be knocking on your door. And if you're not prepared properly, you may have to be prepared to clean up some smashed eggs and some other things. So treat the kids in your neighborhood right, okay? We have a few serious but scary or spooky topics to talk about today, and so I wanted to jump right in. So this time of year, great time to talk about how to sell a haunted house, or for that matter, any house that might have a psychological stigma attached. As with anything else in real estate, when it comes to reducing your risk, we always advise our members to disclose. And if there is, under state law, there's no obligation to disclose a psychological stigma, which can include the death or the manner of death of an occupant. It's always a good idea that whenever possible, with permission of the seller, to disclose those items, because you know what will eventually happen, right, Mike? The neighbors will knock on your door, welcome the new owner to the neighborhood, and turn into their living room and say, "How did you get that blood stain off the wall?" The new owner will remark, "Well, I don't know what you're talking about." And the next call they will make will be to their realtor, and it can only go downhill from there. So whenever possible, not to make the light of anyone's unfortunate passing, but there are situations where these things occur, and it's important that you be aware of what your legal responsibility is, and also what your risk is to your reputation when you don't disclose these items. So the other kind of Halloween-related safety update I'll share with you: make sure you are not putting yourself in scary situations by meeting strangers at vacant lots or unoccupied homes. Use the Forewarn app to pre-screen potential buyers and to help create an identity log for your records. And make sure you have a safety plan in your office, that you're not attempting to have these meetings on your own, that you have a backup, a buddy system, someone in your office who knows where you're going to be all the time. Also on the scary side, I think some members may have had some other words for it, but the Wall Street Journal published an editorial a little over a week ago now that was particularly one-sided. I've never seen anything so biased printed in the journal related to real estate before, related to the real estate industry before. And it triggered a response from NAR that the Wall Street Journal ran. We'll put a link in the comments. But just this past weekend, NAR's president, Tracy Casper, published another response, a broader response to the lawsuits and the litigation that is underway right now. And it was published by Housing Wire. And it was a very good response. And I wanted to actually read one section to you, because I think it's a very important part of the puzzle that not too many people are talking about when it comes to the argument that the plaintiffs' lawyers are making in these cases. Tracy says that the class action attorneys in these cases want to take away that buyer representation, or force buyers to have to pay for representation out of pocket on top of the cost of a down payment and their closing costs. And who is hurt by that proposition? Tracy says it's Black, Hispanic, Latino, first-time low and middle income buyers. And that's according to a May 2022 study by Freddie Mac and Urban Institute alum and others. If what class action attorneys are fighting for became a reality, the dream of home ownership would be pushed even further out of reach for large segments of the U.S. population. It makes up a majority, I think, of the home buyer population in South Carolina for sure. The other concern that the plaintiffs' attorneys have raised is that realtors make too much money for doing very little, or in some cases doing nothing on behalf of clients and their customers in transactions. And Tracy responds to that by saying realtors, real estate agents know and are involved in a lot of things. They know their city and county property taxes. They decipher public property information. They coordinate with lenders, research mortgage rates and terms. They manage attorney reviews and navigate all required state and federal forms. They use their experience and expertise to negotiate on behalf of their client. And the list goes on. And the big payouts that class action attorneys say realtors get for all the work they do, realtors, 66% of all realtors are women, and the average salary, the average income for realtors is about $50,000. That's a far cry from what the class action attorneys have suggested. And the United States, the U.S. real estate market has long been viewed as one of the most consumer-friendly markets in the entire world. So kudos to Tracy and the NAR team for responding, I think, bluntly and with good information. The trial, just a quick update before we wrap up today, the trial should be in its latter stages and possibly even wrapping up this week, which means the next steps would be for the judge to issue jury instructions, and then the jury would deliberate and issue a final verdict. That could happen as early as this week. We'll see what happens in the days ahead. So we've got some scary news definitely to share today, but we also have some wonderful opportunities, I think, as we go forward to address these consumer issues for consumers by realtors across this country. So stay safe, realtors. Don't eat too much candy tomorrow night. Don't blame me if you get a spooky stomach ache. We're trying to say, if this were a drinking game, spooky and scary would be the key buzzwords, right, Mike? But we're trying to keep things a little bit lighthearted today. But we do have some serious issues coming up. So realtors, we'll be back in touch again real soon. Stay safe and stay realtor strong. Take care.